idea what happened, but that's definitely going to be a kick in the butt, those first two tournaments of the year. So let's see what Spirit has in store for us here. Harry.
Yeah, let's see what they got. This round, they're playing, I love this pistol, the triple donut pistol. Oh, this is a specialty.
But look at the nades, Harry.
Yeah, Util's going to start raining over the top, so these players in donut will be getting smoked out. They've got to come through this ahead of time, and they try to play out with two. Siren already dead, and Wonderful mopped up on those dualies. Astralis, they own the A site.
He's not going to ace again, is he? Like, he first round for Astralis at Blast was a pistol ace.
Yeah.
T-side overpass. There's a third smoke as well.
Yeah, this was a really Util heavy round for Astralis. Only 2 armored players, for crying out loud, but the Util has won them the round, as well as Buzz Double. Resmoked at Donut. Spirit have to reroute to CT. Patsy is waiting a while, but I don't think the time is going to be there for Spirit. Even with the kit, Astralis have so many numbers, they don't need to force fights. Buzz looking for more. Shot from behind, but Blame will trade, and it's going to be all okay, all fine, all dandy for Astralis in this pistol round.
And I like the extra utility in the pistol round, right? Meta changes so much all the time. But way back, you have 5 guys by nades on CT as well, right? Probably 10 years ago at this point, but we see a lot of just even 5 armors on the CT side, and for me that was always a little bit strange. Like, obviously you understand the aim punch and all of that stuff, and you don't have Calar, but it feels like, let's say in a 2v4 on some maps, you have a smoke in a kit. You throw that, you make them panic a little bit. Like, that's a way for you to steal around just with that utility. So it always feels worth it for me to get at least 1 or 2 guys on some utility, even as the CT.
I would say the most consistent CT buy on pistols this tournament has been one player with double dualies and dropping them both over to armored players. This is a bit rambunctious, though. Spirit are running at Astralis here in the lane, and they've got 2 for 1. Get some guns, get the hell out of there. It's still not a guaranteed round for Spirit. Astralis are fine waiting this one out. They've got Util, they've got rifles, but Spirit do have that man up. What will they do with it?
Oh, they're still taking liberties here. Chopper getting aggressive through middle. Now, the worst thing that could come of this is that he ends up giving over the 3-on-3. Instead, it's an immediate dink. Both players now a little squishy in this face-off in towards T-spawn.
Look at Blame, man.
Are you surprised, Hugo?
No, I'm not at all. It's round 2, though, Yanko. I thought we'd have a bit of time. He will regroup. But Chopper's done a lot of damage and did not need to reforce that fight.
This is an extremely difficult spot for Astralis. Like, they're boxed in. Spirit has all the information. I just have to hope for a couple of good entries.
Oh, you can tell Siren wasn't ready for that timing. Double cave, though. So Device will get the plant. This is suddenly going to put Astralis in the advantage. There's no kit for Spirit.
Best guns on Blame F as well. He's got 9 HP. Ooh, they just saw second man walking long. They know that Device is over here. How are they going to deal with him? Give him a little jiggle, but Device doesn't need to fight this. Astralis just playing a numbers game. They've got them trapped in the cave. They've got these crossfires set up between long, short, and the cubby. And so they'll walk that round over the line. Team Spirit left saving. And Blame F. Round might be already won, but even then, he's still taking up this position in mid, seeing if he can catch anyone moving around, but he does have to get away from the bomb. Yeah, you're dead on.
Very big bomb on this map. Is it bigger than Inferno? It might be bigger than Inferno.
I think so.
How much damage it does at range.
But that didn't really look too difficult for Astralis, did it? I mean, they were the only place they could go. They met no resistance. I think Siren maybe... I think he wants to get into a better position because he has, you know, only a pistol, right? What can he do at range? But it was more about information at that point for Team Spirit, so great opening move, not really being able to capitalize on it though.
And now they just run back to Eco with a couple more pistols and the saved SMG. Astralis going to go back to a very safe A execute. Should be little resistance in this round for Spirit. Chopper does have the MP9 here, but guns to trade him out. 3 smokes again for Astralis.
They could do a bit of damage here. That flash to try and set up the peak from Chopper goes a little early, but Siren in a good spot with this Deagle. Finds himself a second, now gets out of there, just looking to play the 4-on-3. Astralis, the onus is on them to cook up a solution now. Just these vanilla pistols.
It's the same round. It's a 3v4 where they reset, where they have nothing, and now Spirit get a chance to win it again. They can't throw this opportunity away. They're playing together, trying to trade out on B, get a lot of info, but Astralis are just retaking mid. And this is nice because Astralis is just going to split Donut and go for that A attack together. And Patsy, if Patsy goes 1-for-1, Spirit have a chance. If he gets nothing, it's going to be the same situation, like Siren dying on B, Astralis plant, and they don't overface. He needs one.
Yeah, Patsy needs a kill. Out with that swing, now they know where he is. They've got him boxed in, but there's the kill that Patsy needed. Zip here with the bomb on his back. Will get the trade. BlameF started to make some presence now and out towards main. Siren still chiming in with the Deagle. Opened up the round with 2. Set up back in spawn. Zip, head on a swivel. Deals with one of these players on the mid split. Now here's that second man moving in, but Siren adds another to the tally. And there's wonderful to seal the deal on that round. Beautiful dig work from Siren. And I do love that little, you know, like bait and switch setup. It's very complementary there between Chopper and Siren. The dig and the MP9, both at their kind of optimal ranges. Siren able to swing off the back of Chopper, drawing all the attention away. And it left them, I think most importantly, ahead of this util volley that Astralis lobbed in, similarly to the pistol, right? The problem there was that Spirit had to play through the smokes. They had to go pushing through them. This time, they're already past all the exec that Astralis to throw in their way.
And now it's ugly. They don't even have a flashbang. They've just used their only one. 2 smokes and a molly, and a couple of AKs trying to dry fight into B, but Spirit are very well armed. They're going to flash a fight on ramp. Device gets spotted on that boost. Ooh, hello. This could be cheeky. Going to get out of dodge. Spirit with a very heavy B hold. And it's so passive, other than this B play. It's like, Astralis aren't going to find any picks. They might just be forced to go straight into a 5v3 on B. They want to try and take mid-control. Buzz has got the bomb, and he's kind of on his own right now. But Team Spirit are getting curious at a very good time.
Only one man actually back towards A, and even then it's Siren in Temple. So while he can hear that they've lost the site, he's going to struggle to get involved, kind of relying on the fights coming to him. Looks like Patsy going to try set him up with a flashbang. Flash will connect. Glaive was blind, but gets himself into safety. Someone needs to get this kill to tip the scales just to kickstart the retake, give you a bit of an easier time here. And there's Siren providing it. Stuck on his teammate, but they are battling through this. That nearly gets a little bit weird over towards the Temple. Planted for Donut, Device, and Zip were meant to be the ones to clutch this out, but a 2v5, they are just spamming smokes and hoping for the best. One man off the bomb, but it is stuck. And so Spirit come up with the win in that one. A 5v5 retake that falls in their favor.
That got a little bit sweaty in the end with the spams through the smoke, but I really like that round from Spirit. Right, like they understand Astralis is on a buy. There's a couple of AKs maybe in there. They played it passive towards mid, towards A. In the mid round, they were like, okay, we don't have really any information. They make an information play on B. They have 3 guys basically doing that, and Patsy is leaning over. So if they do have a bad trade and Astralis decides to speed up, Patsy can maybe, as the Joker player, close out the round. And, you know, on A, it's just full retake. And when they come A, no one overextends. You don't see Siren trying to poke his head out and maybe get a kill. He understands we're giving them A. I need to wait for my team. There's a couple of set, you know, retake nades that they use for donuts, flashes, everything. And it looks really clean. I mean, up until that very end and the spamming through the smokes, of course. So that's a pretty nice round from them.
Yeah, they held on to all their util pretty much till as late as they possibly could. Now, Astralis, thank God, get a bomb plant. They can afford. Still no AWP yet for Device. Wonderful will have his mid taken, so Patsy's going to climb up and look to fight B. Flame's got through the smoke, though, but Patsy, very aware, swivels and removes him. He doesn't have to aggress towards B now. He can go reset. Buzz is up in A main. Rest of Astralis trying to regain this mid control. Good shot for Zip.
Yeah, lovely way to tip the scales. And now the AWP getting traded out between Patsy and Wonderful. Over here at ramp, lurking in this smoke is Device, but Chopper's going to get the better of him. This is a disaster for Astralis.
No,
the bomb is outside of the B double doors. Device, I guess, was meant to be the man to go back and get it, but he got pushed over at ramp. And so that responsibility now falls down the line. Zip having to embark on a big journey to go and get the bomb, while the rest of Astralis are left walking into this A site. Might end up becoming the case that Zip gets fed. Instead, Chopper is the one to get that kill. And so now, just a lonely Buzz. There's Patsy to put him in the dirt, and Team Spirit collect a third.
They're getting loud. They're getting hyped as well. Their sports psychologist was standing in front of them before the match, and he was. What word would screaming be the appropriate word?
I think screaming would be the appropriate word.
He was getting loud, Janko.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember in Katowice as well. He was absolutely off the charts. And listen, whatever works for a team. I mean, Heroic gets extremely loud in their huddles.
Yeah.
Like it seems like every tournament they are longer and longer, and they're shouting more and more. So sometimes you just have teams that are a bit slow to get into games. I mean, okay, it's the afternoon now, but it's the first game of the day, first game of the tournament, right? So you want to get that blood flowing early on. It's for every team, the same thing applies. When your energy is high, you communicate more, and oftentimes, the more you communicate, the better CS you're going to play, right? People are offering utility. People are asking for utility. They're coming up with ideas. I want to try this peak. I want to do this. I want to do that. And when you have the initiative, you have more information. You're being proactive. And that's why teams are trying to do these sports psychologists. These mental coaches are trying to get the team into a good mood, into a good atmosphere.
Yeah, Astralis, before they played this, they were all out by the ping pong table doing like a little exercise
running
routine,
on the spot,
like jumping jacks
around,
and stuff like that.
Danish teams love to do that. Heroic and Astralis, very much teams that we see doing that all the time.
Astralis basically introduced that, I mean, to Tier 1 CS with their old lineup. Lars, their sports psychologist then, is now with Vitality. So...
they just dinked Magics. That's what triggered Glaive to react there, right? That might have looked like a kind of out there push, but they heard the dink through the wall, and he's like, screw it. Someone's low. Someone's a kill in B. But Magics was still able to get the better of him. Cool little boost employed up here in mid, but there's the aim of the game given away. Patsy goes re-aggressing. Not scared of the Deagle. Blame F knocked out of the round, and this one should be pretty safe now for Spirit.
I think also, you know, if people want to say that Cerrado is in jail now or he's like imprisoned, I think Blame is maybe in detention. Something along those lines. Like he's played extremely well last year. What was he? He was like top 10 on
I think he was number 8,
even.
I want to say.
Right, and I think also, I know before Complexity Times and whatever, Baytef, and you know he was last alive all the time outside of the play. I think he's had more impact last year with Astralis. It's just that the team wasn't really that good around him, and they were struggling to make things work. So if Astralis can play a bit better as a team, and if they're feeling better, finding more structure, I think you'll see Blame have another really good year.
He was number 12 actually, and he spoke out how he said he expected or wanted higher. I don't know what the exact wording was, but you know.
I mean,
who doesn't want to, you know, if you're top 12,
what
of
are
course
the riflers that are above him? It's Exile, Nico, Rops, Cerrado, Stone, and Twists.
Pretty reasonable.
Those
especially
are all,
given results. Like the fact that he comes in number 12, what did Astralis actually achieve last year?
And that's the thing, like it goes both ways. You'll say, well, he's 12 despite the results, but that also means if he hasn't had achievements, he hasn't gone super deep in tournaments and hasn't played some of these best teams potentially, so his stats were a little bit better. But regardless, great year. See how 2023 goes.
Yeah, if it was ever going to go better, which it should do, it would be with this roster with Device back, with Buzz finding better form as well. Device, this is a very aggressive opener to a round, and they're not even going to need to trade. They just shut him down straight away. Patsy finds Blame, and Chopper was even there, ready with a flash through mid to help out. He wasn't needed. Astralis have been forced into a play now. I say that, they're all split. Buzz was making moves, making noise on A, but the bomb's back in T-spawn. 2 more players are nowhere near him. And so Spirit, they're allowed to cool off, and that pressure put on A gives Glaive more space in mid.
Oh, Glaive's been spotted crossing, and so he won't decide to commit to the red flank. Instead, gets kind of bottlenecked in this fight with Patsy. Glaive now out of the round.
Patsy didn't even take any damage here. It felt like...
Yeah, he got challenged by
Glaive
two different players as well,
and
right?
Glaive had him as, you know, he exactly knew where Patsy was going to show up, just can't win the duel.
Oh, that's cheeky. There's
that
not there,
makes
you're
me
dead.
nervous. Wonderful. And Magic's holding down the long side. They go 1-for-1 to Astralis, but there's that AWP rearing its head. And so Wonderful there to find a fifth for-team Spirit. Patsy with a great round. Lovely little mid-hold, right? Playing off the back of, I think it was Siren over there towards the donut. They were double up at the start. Device tried going for this, this swing. Patsy trades and then holds on for the second. Doesn't let them get that foothold they went searching for, right? Astralis dedicated a lot of resources into mid, and that double donut hold stopped them in their tracks.
I'm not surprised Device found nothing off that, because that's not a very traditional way of playing it. Like, one was playing in the middle, one was playing close left. He was looking for a deep peek, a jiggling player, maybe an AWP, but they're playing it a bit of a different way. Fast A again for Astralis. They love the quick smokes, but coming through them is Spirit. They don't respect this pistol push, and they will go 2-for-1 to start. Patsy's still here. He can't flick back in time, but his job is done. Astralis is not comfortable. If they get a plant, I'll be impressed.
Wonderful is low as well.
Yeah, they're saying impossible Magics. This is quite a risk to try and go through that. He is lucky to still be alive, if you can call it that. 1 HP.
Astralis wins this. I'm calling it.
Think
It's Blame and
so,
Zipix, man.
Chopper, though, you can't count this guy out.
I feel like they...
resetting for a flank.
Oh, they've given away a kill. And that's a bit of a shame. I feel like Chopper wanted to wait for the plant, right? So they had like a 3v1 isolated.
Yeah.
He was trying to wrap through mid into Donut, and he will get the backstab on Zip. Now, just Blame F left to get past. Back in main. Bomb planted for him, but Chopper wrecks him in the head-to-head. The captain with that mid flank finds another round for Team Spirit. They are just streaking them together 6 in a row now.
They're feeling it, actually. So I think here maybe timeout for Astralis, but not necessarily that you don't know what you want to do. Like the first 2 gun runs, they did the default, and unfortunately, you know, Spirit had some good reads. Like the round in middle, you know, they were sort of a half aggressive mid setup. You know, 2 donuts, 1 waiting for contact in mid. So if anything, you just take a timeout to make them out. Just say, hey, we're still doing default. Let's just see if they do something aggressive. We punish them. If not, this is the round that we want to do.
I want to see what Device is going to do coming into an AWPT side round. His last attempt was to walk for that donut pick. They're getting a lot of room in middle, our Astralis, but the issue we find for a lot of AWPers on this map on T sides is, other than boosting on that B box, you're going to have trouble finding opening kills, especially with how passive Spirit are playing. Like, not just giving up mid or not fighting red, but even on their B rounds, they've been playing very heavy in the cave. There's not been a lot of options, so where will Device take this AWP when we get back in?
Yeah, we have a little tech timeout right now for the Spirit side of things. You can see Magic's just getting everything sorted there. But I decided I would check the hashtag, which anyone can use, hashtag ESL Pro League. We've had a tweet in from a Mr. Chad Sponge Birchall. I don't know if that name means anything to you guys, but he says, I feel like the corridor into Donut from mid and into Donut from A need their own names. Please discuss options. And then he used the hashtag ESL Pro League, which you can do as well if you want to write some things in. What would you call them? I guess he means, like, you know, like just the 2 separate entranceways need their own.
This is just me, but with certain positions, I feel like you don't need to get super specific because of the old, as they say, he has legs, right? Like, if you call Donut, the implication is he can move either which way. So
okay.
I guess actually the route from Donut to A, that little hallway, I could see that having a call out because people will play there on the ledges, they'll sit there.
Well, that's the thing. You don't name the corridor, you just name the spots. So if you have 2 corners very close to each other, you can name them Neo and Taz, right? Like you usually to name spots, that's what a lot of teams just name spots as players. Like, you know, you have players who haven't played the game for 5 years. Yeah. Like they still have their spot on Anubis.
It's like Vertigo has a spot called Guardian.
Exactly. So so it's like, and that's not a good one because there's a lot of syllables. Like you want it to be snappy. So you want to get the information
it's
across.
Like Delpan being the chair on Mirage. You know?
Exactly.
Who was doubting that? Someone was doubting that.
Yeah, Maui thought Delpan was bench for some reason.
So that's how you want to do it. So maybe in those angles that people play where they hide in the post plant or the off angle that they play, you name a couple of those spots. And then I agree, you need to have a name for the spot, because you also can't just be saying, you know, it's different when there's this angle that's, you know, a lot of players use because it's strong and you call it Taz, or if you're running through donut towards A, you say close right. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same value. Even if it is, you know, of course he can move, but for the player that's receiving the information,
just to, like,
he's feeling more
that
confidence. Like in his head, he's like, he was there, so this is, you know, it's like you don't think about it. It's instinct. You understand how far away you were from your player who gave the info, and you know exactly where he can be and where he will most likely be.
Device scoped immediately up the ramp here in this gun round, looking for the B pick, but it's the mid take that Spirit are fighting for. Patsy wins that out against Blame behind the boxes, and Device edges further forward, but there's a rotate coming in on short. He's got to be careful. Magic's with an off angle as well. He's even going to trade out Chopper, who is tucked in back B. Device misses his shot. Molly might displace his player in the site. He's going to smoke it and get out.
Glave's holding for the rotates. He's hoping he gets fed a kill here. Everyone else from Astralis can pause, knowing that if he deals with one of these A players, that A side gets so much weaker as a result. Crossing back, Glaive gets caught, repositioning into the red room, and Spirit now look to pad out A. They've started to piece together what's happening here. You can see that Siren is even moving away from B. Plant coming in. This is heard by Wonderful. It's calmed across, so the full rotate looking to come through now. He nails that first shot onto Device, and Buzz is left in this clutch. Spirit have got a good bit of util left, right? Smoke, Molly, Flash, so much to make life miserable for Buzz in this clutch attempt. The bulk of this util is on Wonderful, and it might go down right now.
Maybe.
Buzz knocks it out of the round. Now pinned in behind the big box, but he puts up another. Buzz up for something, and Siren rings the last bell. It's closing time on that round. Team Spirit, keep it going.
Astralis have done such a good job of finding gaps in this T side, right? Like, we've had very passive setups, for Spirit has said, so they've been doing really well at getting in through mid-splits, taking donut, getting post-plants as well. But Spirit's retaking ability is so nice right now.
I mean, that was so strange because the first fight on mid, like, I think it was Patsy who won it versus Blame, but he was mollied out by someone else, so he should... Maybe he just expected that player to fall back. Like, it was a bit surprising that Glaive got all that space. But yeah, right now, Astralis just can't win any fights. You know, like, that's a second fight that we see where a player is being mollied out, so he has to swing. You have an Astralis player waiting for him, and they just still lose the duel. Like, that's a 70-30% duel in the favor of the Astralis player, and they just can't find the kills. And that's why Team Spirit picked CT side, Maui, you noob.
You said it, I mean.
Yeah,
Maui. Quite a
this
statement.
is just to check if he's listening to the cast.
He'll come back in with something on the desk, I'm sure. We'll see if it keeps going well for Spirit. Right now, it's swimmingly. Canary? I'm reading the GoTV. That's what Wonderful's called, mate, on my GoTV. It says it's called Canary. Auto-muted.
And of course.
Going for that B pick. Walking down ramp is Magix. And Mr. Wonderful... waiting for that kill. Devices.
Oh, buddy! Oh, Device! That is brutal. Holds it for a moment, but not for long enough. Magix was waiting to hear a bit of movement there, to feel like they left the angle, and he just slides in like a bandit, makes out with the opener, and now leaves them in a great spot. 5v4 Spirit. They have left a bit of a hole over here in mid, but they're cognizant of this, right? They're holding the extremities, they're holding the areas that mid leads to. And so even as Astralis move in a red, they are going to get this real estate. There's not really anything Spirit can do about that, but they know it's happening, and that's something. Good positioning for Astralis to own, though. Pushing all the way through. Chopper called their bluff. Smokes and rushes through it, and there's Patsy doubling up over towards Donut. Astralis are torn down in that round there.
Chopper just knows he can. He just knows with 15 seconds, they're not going to sit there and hold the flank. They need those trade kills on A, and he can just hear them running past.
But look, this kill, this is like Glaive's nightmare in a sense, because he's calling like something and a player's coming into position, and then they make an aggressive play like that, and all of a sudden you need to maybe on the fly adjust. I don't think in this situation it changed maybe all too much for them, but that just always sucks, man. As you're setting up for something, a player dies. He also loses his nade kit, right? Like you pick up one of the nades.
Bomb spotted.
And bomb spotted. It seemed like they made a great adjustment, but I think you guys were spot on. Like when the time is low, you introduce some chaos. They can't check every angle. They don't have someone watching the flank. And that's an example of some aggressive, a fast, aggressive retake, so to speak, aggressive rotation working out really well. Some other teams would have played it super slow, super passive, and would have given maybe too much space to Astralis.
Look at this from Siren. He's buying so much time, playing inside of his own smoke and just waiting. Patsy caught throwing util, still wins his duel against Buzz, who hits 2 Deagle tags, and Blaine is alone on A right now while that bomb is sitting outside B ramp. Massive kill to win for Zip, and now that's opened up a chance to take this B site. Wonderful misses, and he's getting run down from behind as well.
That's an AWP for Device in the post plant. Everyone else is tagged up. Spirit, this one might get away from them. A must-win fight for Patsy. Knocks Device out of the round. Zip in the clutch. Gonna play through the Molotov. Pushing into the site, but he does lose Cave, and that's where Chopper is coming in for the wraparound. Hits the timing, and there's the backstab. Spirit have still not dropped a round since they started winning after the pistol and the conversions.
It's okay, Rush. Don't worry about it. We know it's your first game back from vacation.
I even tried to let him know, man. Did you feel that? I said, like, Chopper coming in. He's on the backstab. Chopper right now.
We might have to, break the fourth wall and be like, bro, change to this guy now.
There was some ideas for like casting challenges, and one of them was to cast the Observer.
Isn't that what we always do?
Sure, but more so like specifically, we're not talking about the game, we're talking about Rush's decisions.
Okay.
And who he's picking and whether we agree.
But that would make him so anxious. Like imagine me commentating his observing.
Yeah. You want to try it?
Go for it.
He'd give it up. No, I'll leave you on Ancient. Ancient is your map. We'll do it on the second map.
That's true. Maybe later. Call for it later, Rush. Okay, I want to say it. I'm a Device apologist, but he's whiffed a lot of shots.
I don't know. I mean,
like that post-spawn?
Yeah, that one.
If he hit that one,
that one, sure. But we didn't see that. Was he moving or was he just waiting for that and missed it? Also, Pat is just running out like he's winning a lot of fights. He's feeling it. He's 16-6. That's why I told you he's my second favorite player to watch last year, man. He doesn't care. Like he has his style. He loves being aggressive. He doesn't change it against anyone at any stage of the tournament. Like he played the same way against FaZe in the semifinal of Antwerp.
Oh my God! I can't believe Chopper's just done this.
He just got spammed as well.
He's been spammed. Oh, there you go.
Why you have to jinx him?
I know, dude. That's so rough.
You can't play smokes against the Mind Goblin. Okay, he's ready. Going to be a BXX. Finally, Astralis get to throw their B nades. That's fun. Let's see how this turns out. Spirit with one man committed. Magic's up ahead of any util to land. And psych, they're going donut again. 20 seconds.
Dude, the beauty of this is that like Astralis have done this in a lot of rounds. Oh, we start one place, but then we end up going A, and Spirit are just like calling their bluff on this. They never left the 2-man A setup, and they have 4 players here before Astralis are even in the site. This should be a done deal. Bomb gets away from them. Molly into the site, so they can't plant anymore, and now they're getting farmed up by Wonderful's AWP. Beautiful round.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, Wonderful. Certainly the star AWPer of the map right now. He's been all over the place. Lots of different starting positions. Tried lots of different openers. And just consistent.
Here he gets, the blind tag, so maybe Astralis is feeling he's full blind, but you guys can see. I mean, he sees pretty clearly. Great molly from Siren. Like that talks to you about awareness. He understands. If I put this on, even if I die throwing this incendiary, if it goes down,
they can't
that
win.
helps my team so much that I've won the round with that one.
Yeah, and Astralis haven't really done enough to bait Spirit into B as well. I was surprised they actually kept a 2-2 there when they got a B pick and then threw, not a full exec, but they threw a couple of bits of util, a smoke and a molly and a flash, and Spirit just kept Magic's in the site and they didn't move anyone off of A. They were fully ready for the 20-second late donut take, which is something Astralis have done a few times in this T half. Device with a very deep smoke coming out of T-spawn as well. We've got 3 being thrown immediately. All over the place. They get out mid again. Blame tucked in his nice little cubby.
Last time this happened to Spirit, they waited out a little bit to see what Astralis' intentions are, and then they picked a side to be aggressive. Last time it was B ramp. You know, they rotated the fourth player, cheated him a little bit mid to A. So we'll see what they decide to do this time around. They're happy with staying passive maybe. They don't want to repeat the same thing, just saving nades, because they're not being, no pressure is being applied to them right now. So it does seem like they'll just be happy to, yeah, shoulder peek, jiggle, try to find information, and then just lock Astralis out of a sight in the late round.
Ooh, a bit of spam again goes a long way. They're still just standing in the open. Hoping they won't finish the job. Astralis being loud towards Donut, but Patsy still has that full info. And here's that B boost. We might actually have a battle of the AWPs if Wonderful goes a little wider.
They have two mollies on B still. There's still a smoke on Wonderful. This is going to be tough.
Ooh, there's an easy kill, and he won't be able to get out though. Zip will trade very quickly. Device better get involved as well. A flash comes in. Lurker in mid, gonna win his fight, but Chopper holds on to B for the meantime.
Oh, the bomb's
Device,
down in B.
he wants to try and get it back, but there's not much time.
Yeah, their hands are tied. They've got to try and battle into the site, but with so little time left, it's going to come down to like a series of 1v1s, and Spirit is so comfortable there, man. Blame F locked out of the round. He was lost to the hands of time over in mid. Spirit, I need to repeat it again. Ever since winning that D ground with Siren and like the Siren and Chopper MP9 bait and switch over on A, they've not dropped a round since the third of this game.
I feel like Astralis haven't gone B a lot, but when they have gone B, they haven't had the wall or the XX smokes down, right? That's because they threw 2 smokes immediately out of spawn in that round to take middle, but they've not really had much resistance in mid anyway. They've been getting out mid for free when they want it, and then they had nothing to XX B, and Chopper and Magic just stand on long and wait for the fights. And like you said, Yanko, they're winning all the fights.
So I think here, right before they started creeping up B, they were putting pressure mid still, like deep mid towards CT. So they were, you know, they just didn't expect this setup from Spirit. And even though Wonderful had all his nades, didn't use any of them. The kill was enough in the end. Siren loves this spot.
Yeah, he's going to get one surely, right? Very hard to flash. He gets warning off the jiggle and tries to pull a nade, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because he kills 2. And that might be the round. Device has a Glock. Okay. One step too far.
Armed out, but into Wonderful. There's always a second man. Blame F. Well, giving up his position with that one shot now. Fighting for CT. Magic just swings him.
That's it.
And Team Spirit are having one hell of an opening map here for Group D at the Pro League. This is as close to a flawless half as they could have got. Really? This is kind of wild.
How does he kill 2 here? No way.
It's just been the story for Astralis so far in this map. I mean, a lot of kills that need to be traded or should be traded aren't getting traded. They're losing a lot of fights in which they might be even considered favorable, and now they're going to speed it up in the last round, try to break the streak of Spirit, Harry.
Okay, Zip, I think he jumped over the orb. Yeah, Wonderful didn't see him.
I don't know.
They don't know that Zipnix is here. Oh, okay. Well, he gets the first kill free. It's just a question of how many can he realistically get from this. Siren dead. He started to get paranoid about him turning around. So now they know about Zip in Temple. Still, it's a life made that much harder for Patsy at the back of the site, who has now been mollied out. Wonderful. Good for one. The molly will deal with Patsy eventually. But this AWP is still posted. This AWP is still hungry for even more. Dodges the flash. Moving through Temple in the meantime. Chopper trying to take away Donut. 2 Galils and a Mac-10 in the post plant. No util for Astralis, plenty for Spirit, and they've got this backstab that right now no one's looking at. Buzz just checked it, but the timing couldn't be worse. And so Spirit pull up, and they find 13 in a row at that. They start winning on the CT side, and they never quit.
myself, I just give and go. Yeah, I just turn my L's into W's. Yeah, I just told my sins, yeah, I'm no true. Yeah, stay in your lane, don't you pick and choose. I can't waste my time, I got a lot to lose. To the game that we all on, that was doubting us all along. Don't be charging in Hong Kong, what competition, they all gone. Bless, stress, play the game like it's chess. We next, that's a check, over stripes, yeah, yeah. Look, tell me what's the vibes, what's the moves? Tell me what's the vibes, what's the moves?
Struggle, I survived top 5, now I'm going with the win. Hey, I'm going in. Right here, right now was a whole lot better than the place I've been. Man, I gotta be stronger, wiser, better than I was before. Gotta stay on guard, and I know that's hard, cause I don't know what's in store. Maybe I'll go, where to, don't know. But when I'm back against the wall, I'll be good. Now with my back against the wall, see I never fall. One of the greatest stories that's never ever told. Man, I'm different, I've been gifted, but sometimes I be tripping inside of my mental. It happens in an instant. Man, I'm striving for freedom. I get hate from the hecklers, good thing I don't need them. It's just me and the ones that I came with all of my homies around. I promise that I can't miss. Climbing up high, never look down below. Gotta get the prize, telling the vomit knows. The pain temporary, man, I never been scary. Just a little apprehensive, but I've been fine before. Struggle is part of the process, it's hard to digest, but let me digress. And maybe I'll press on to the next journey. I've been yelling for some help, and I know that they heard it. Rock solid all times, and I'm down 10 toes for the ones that deserve it to earn it. Sunshine through the blinds of my life feels straight, but I know I'm for sure not perfect. Patience, hustle, got everything off the muscle. Pain, love, those are the things that I juggle. Hey, go win.
Making magic when they need it most.
"13 rounds straight for Team Spirit in an indomitable first half.
Wait,
Astralis
what?
couldn't find anything. But wait a second.
Who's this?
Why am I here? I'm here to tell Yenko that, you know, it's okay that Spirit picks CT side, but, you know, I've just been noticing trends lately. I kind of want to just have a little back and forth about this with Yenko, that's all.
All right, so what do you think about that Astralis' T-side, Maui?
The T side?
It doesn't matter what you think about their T-side. Team Spirit is up 13-2. They switch to the T-side. Take it away, Hugo.
Yes, indeed, Yanko. Get this guy off the mic. We've got double Julies, otherwise known as quaddies, and Spirit going to exactly what worked for Astralis' pistol. A little A set piece. Not as many nades, but we'll allow it. They're about to smoke Astralis out of Donut. When Spirit ran through, Buzz got a double kill. Remember that? All those rounds ago. Astralis going to go through the smoke. Oh, it missed.
They missed it.
It missed.
Oh, dear.
Harry, they missed the smoke.
Oh, dear. That's a little rough here.
That's a blunder.
Will this come back to haunt them? Because that ain't smoking anyone off. They will get the plant, but Device is the man to find the first kill to open up this pistol. Jumping at him backwards, but Device, this man eats right now. 3 in the round, and now it's just Chopper left. He can't win this, and he knows that. That's why he's all the way.
What's he doing?
Back in T-Spawn.
What's he doing?
He's going to go blame.
Plant.
What's he doing here? He has nothing. He has nothing. Why not take 1 kill?
Gonna go plant B, the second bomb.
Dude, I love how Patsy backwards jumps the corner to set his teammate up for the kill, and Device just body shots him, bomb, 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 and then just flick, bap.
Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't have armor. But look, for example, watch Navi play T-side pistol.
Yeah.
You'll see the first guy always do that when they're grouping with 4 people and with a rush ramp. It's very, I mean, we all play CS. That's impossible almost to headshot that guy, right?
Yeah.
So that's the whole goal. You want the CT to keep shooting at him. He's created space, someone trades him.
Yeah, he got baited a bit. I feel like he should have been killed before.
Yeah.
All right, Glaive about to be tested here because they're up in the site. They've overran it. They've pushed Astralis back.
No.
Zip and Glaive with a killer piece, but the Glaive frag is traded. Device keeping this in the advantage of Astralis. Moving up the long side is also deleted after one. Here's the backstab for Zip. An MP9 out of the round. It's trades left and right, but Blame F will see that one through to the end. What happened there?
Did he not want to kill him?
I don't know. It's like he was like showing mercy for a second.
Buying a couple of seconds, I think, you know, every little bit. But it actually hurt him more than helped because then he just got rushed through the smoke. So nice try for Spirit.
Plan, but that's what I was going to say. Don't buy now.
Oh, why not? They got 4 kills. They got to buy again.
They have 5 Galils, man. Like,
I love this buy.
You have 5 Galils. You're 13-4 up.
Exactly.
You don't need this buy. Just
You've
equal
got all
one.
the room in the
you
world.
get the AWP. You get the AKs.
Why not throw a few rounds,
Yeah, you've got to make it exciting. That's that's how I think.
Tell a
about
story.
All right, here we are. Blame F. Full blind over in mid. Patsy with the opener, and it goes untraded. Now some room taken over towards lane. Spirit set up for a B play here. Astralis with 2 in middle to try and plug this hole, and another man taking up Donut. This B site only has 1 defender, and that's all it's going to have if Spirit keep this pace up.
Right.
Astralis are re-aggroing mid. This could be nice. It's at least, at a bare minimum, going to give them a faster rotation into B, but it could be so much more than that. They can catch the bomb here as it tries to cross. Instead, Wonderful is the man to pick up that kill, extending the Spirit lead even further in this round. A 5v3 as they move into the B site.
This is theirs on a plate, isn't it? Bomb's going to get planted soon enough, and Chopper's even taking more space. There's no more nades in this post-plant for Spirit. I say post-plant. Bomb only just going down. And they tried to save. They will not be allowed. From 5 Galils to 4 Galils and an A1S. Spirit are going to get out better than they came in.
Man, Maui shows up for 1 minute, and I already have a bad call. He just ruins your vibe,
He just
man.
throws the...
He just throws it all off, right? Like, I'm instantly wrong as soon as he pokes his head out. But I think, you know, obviously, right, goes both ways. I don't think the Astralis' buy was that terrible, I mean, compared to going up against 5 Galils. But it's just Team Spirit are feeling it right now. I think Astralis even, or at least they should have expected a buy with how Spirit is playing. And again, a couple of fights, you could see that Buzz versus Wonderful. I mean, it's a Galil versus a FAMAS, a fight everyone loves to see. But so if he kills the bomb there, right, like, and his teammate can come and support him, can be a whole different round. But they just can't do any fights. Blame again in the middle of nowhere, losing another mid battle.
And now Astralis use their final timeout, and probably for the best, because they're running out of room here, boys. 14-4, and they never really got going, did they?
No, but I'm fine with, you know, for Astralis, I can go out and say, hey, it's the first map at Pro League, you know, spotlight again, all that kind of jazz. Things started going a little bit south, losing to an eco, you know, losing some fights. They're just not in the game, it feels like. I think they can play much better than this, just individually first. So I'm hoping that that's how they feel too, and then they'll just go out and say, okay, guys, can we start playing now? You know, can we do this? And hopefully a better showing on the second map. I like how I already spelled Doom for them on this one.
Yeah, like, well,
it's still possible, guys.
Yeah. Well,
if Vitality can come back for 14-1, so can Astralis on CT side Ancient. I believe. Do you believe, Harry?
I believe,
Amen,
too.
brother.
Here we are, Zip. Oh, dead after 1, of course. Buzz, will he have any luck with just the Deagle? This guy's a bit of a pistol aficionado, but he's dead too. And so...
Spirit low-key best Galil team in the world.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, dude, the Galil is kind of sick. Like, it is... How do you feel? You know, Galil v FAMAS, it's not even a question,
how we call it in
right?
Serbia? We call it the guitar.
Why?
Why?
I have no idea.
No?
I think Assad coined the term, so ask him.
Make it ring, make it sing, baby.
Is that why?
No, it doesn't ring or sing, does it? But something musical in there.
Yeah, I think that's actually exactly what Kassad said, exactly like that.
Yeah,
I
with
can
that
imagine
accent,
it. I can imagine him saying that.
Oh, blame though. Oh, big kill on the exit. But Spirit, 15 rounds, folks. And I'm a little worried for map 2, mainly because it's Mirage. It's a classic CIS map, classic Spirit map. But also, yes, while Astralis have welcomed it into their pool in the last year or so, it's, you know, not historically very Astralis. It's the map that even the core of Astralis in Sonic, Magisk, and Dupree struggle with a lot when we saw the move into Vitality. And it's one that even in recent form, while Astralis have played it a few times, it's not been great for them. The numbers haven't been good. They've lost 4 out of the last 5 to teams they shouldn't be losing to. I say shouldn't. I mean, that depends how you rate this team, but
yeah, first they played it, then they didn't play it. Then with Config and Blame, they introduced it again. Then we had a little bit of a period where Blame was actually calling on the map instead of Glaive.
Yeah.
Because for complexity, it was a pretty good map.
Yeah, it was a good too, yeah.
I like to say. And I think the biggest problem for Astralis on Mirage was the role position clashes on CT, where Glaive has to play anchor, and I think he's pretty good at anchor.
They beat the molly. They ran through it, then they smoked it after Magic's got to the top of the ramp. It sets off the timings very weird for Astralis. Spirit, this is it, folks.
This is a 15-4 call.
Yeah,
is what this is.
Just go B. We'll smoke the molly eventually,
No
but, you know. All right, Astralis, 3-man retake.
Blame has all nades. He's going to throw them for his team and then play the 1v3.
No kit to do it either, so he's going to run out of time, isn't he? And this was 4 rounds for Astralis, and all 4 rounds with pistols and conversions. So that's a bit of a sad ending, but this is how it has to be.
Yeah, with Buzz dead, the numbers getting away from them and having the smoke push. This is a done deal.
There's one doable, Harry.
Dead, and there we are, 16-4. As Team Spirit run away with the match. Don't let it distract you from the 100% success rate in pistols. Love that.
When did Striker become the coach of Spirit?
Right, okay, so we still have Mirage coming down the pipeline. That's the second map in this series.
Tune into the couch to hear Mari's thoughts on why this was a fluke for Spirit.
There we go.